What's up next for review, guys? A new Sig Sauer product coming up next on the Beretta 9mm USA channel. From the Sherlock security safe to the tabletop, this is on a Sig Sauer P220 Legion in 10mm. We fired 300 rounds of Sig Sauer's elite performance ammunition during this test, and this P220 10mm Legion was fantastic. This is the Sig Sauer Legion 10mm. This is our first experience with a Sig Sauer Legion 10mm or any P220 type handgun in 10mm. So we'll see how it goes today. I'll tell you, it does have some weight to it. It is 5 inches in barrel length, and there is a lot of weight up top. Also, I noticed that the recoil spring system in this 10mm is much stronger than the recoil spring system in the 45 ACP 220, if you will. So let's try this out first and see how it shoots. I've really been looking forward to this. I hope I like it. It is already loaded and ready to go. We are in double action for the first trigger pull. Did the brass come out on the first round?
I don't know.
Okay.
Didn't pick one up.
First round blew the magazine out.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I might not have seated it properly beforehand. We'll find out.
Okay. It is very accurate. Okay, so go ahead and show the first group of rounds down there.
Very nice.
100% as far as reliability, and the first rounds were dead center, exactly where I was aiming it.
Yeah, I don't think that I seated the magazine properly when I fully loaded it, because there's some spring tension on that mag.
There's
when it's fully
spring
loaded.
tension all over the place on this handgun. Yeah. Keeping this 10mm, under control, guys. So that's kind of what I see happening. And let's see if we can, with two hands we can. I'm gonna try for some headshots from, what are we, 15.5 yards away. See if we can take some headshots here with this 10mm. Okay, so half of them are hitting right in the neck, right through here. The other ones are going over the shoulder a little bit. So, okay, not bad. Let's go back to the chest. Flawless operation. No problems there except for bouncing the magazine out of it once. So there that is, it's seated. Now here I am trying to release the slide. Oh, got it.
Yeah, it just has to break in, just like on my 220-45.
I gotta tell you, it's well controlled for a 10mm. We've been shooting 45 ACP 1911s all day today. And I can tell I've stepped up a little bit, but not a terrible amount for recoil. This was my fault. There we go. All right, young Beretta. I'm digging it so far. And I'm shooting this a lot better than I shot the 220 in 45 ACP the first time we brought it out.
Yep.
I'm doing a lot better with this 10mm. The slide and frame of this P-Series pistol is from a solid piece of stainless steel. So not only the slide, which is very typical on all P-Series guns, but also, guys, the entire frame is solid stainless steel, which is different than all the other P-Series handguns. So if it's a 226 or a 228 or a 229 or even the 220 in 45 ACP, it is not built the way this 10mm handgun is built. Extra strong. SIG put all the strength into this pistol to help control that 10mm round. This 10mm Legion, of course, is covered in the PVD Legion Gray. So the frame and the slide is all the new generation Legion Gray, which I believe is more durable than the early ones. So that's something nice to know too. This pistol comes in at a stout weight of 40 ounces, guys. Let's compare that real quick to the 30.5 ounces of the 220 Legion in 45 ACP. That was a plus on that handgun over there. This could be considered a minus because of the weight here on the 10mm Legion, but do know that that 40 ounces is what keeps this pistol very much under control and easy to shoot with a hot 10mm round coming out of it. You give a little bit to get a little bit, and in this regard, you get a little weight to be able to control that 10mm round, which is a trade-off that every buyer needs to decide, is it good for you or not. The 40 ounces in this would be very comparable to a fully loaded with a rail 1911 that would come in at 41 or 42 ounces.
All right, here we go. First rounds for me with the Sig Sauer P220 10mm Legion. Double action first round here. The last 10mm handgun that I shot was the Kodiak, and had some problems with activating the slide release and stuff. Obviously with this, because of the way this is set up, I shouldn't have any problems like that. So if this runs really, really well for me, I'm going to say this is a better buy than the Kodiak. It's my opinion anyway. Double action, going for the red smaller target. Center of the chest. Round on top of round. Damn, this thing's a shooter. On the mag here. Reminds me of my 220 Legion 45. Just a little bit more power behind it, a little bit more horsepower. Shot right over the... on that one. Damn, we're gonna have to reload it again. It's very fun to shoot. Kind of rushed a few of those last shots there.
I think it's a blast, man.
Yeah.
And 100% accurate. I mean...
100% reliable.
Yeah. Just a hell of a shooter, and I also like it better than the Dan Wesson Kodiak. And
yeah.
You guys that have watched the channel for a long time probably know we're pretty big Dan Wesson fans. And here we are saying we take this Sig Sauer 220 Legion and 10mm over the 10mm offerings from Dan Wesson.
And the MSRP difference between the two of them is quite substantial. You're saving about $700, $800 between those two pistols.
That's a lot of money. All right, more shooting coming up.
Real quick here, I'm going to cover the frame on this pistol. You've got multiple slots here in the front as far as a Picatinny rail to be able to attach lights and lasers or whatever you want to put on here. You've got an X5 undercut right here as far as the frame to be able to get that higher grip on this 10mm pistol. You've got checkering on the front of the trigger guard, underneath right here, and on the front strap. Very nice, very high quality. You do have a slight beveling right here to your magazine well to get those 10mm magazines in the pistol. And this is an 8 or a 9 rounder. It's an 8 rounder. So you have 8 plus 1, 10mm. This would be very comparable to the old Bren 10, but a lot higher quality of a pistol. So when you wield this thing, you feel like you're possibly Sonny Crockett.
And it does come with 3 magazines, guys. This pistol comes with 3 magazines, so I thought that was good too. I plan on keeping this pistol myself, and I will pick up 2 more magazines to go with it. Yeah,
so because it's a Legion pistol, it comes with 3 8-round magazines. Very high quality magazines, not a single issue.
All right, guys, some more action here with the SIG P220 Legion in 10mm. So far, so good. We're both very pleased with the performance and how shootable it is, even handling this 10mm recoil from Sig Sauer ammunition, which is full load, regular 10mm ammo. The reset on this thing is amazing. Right over the shoulder on again. Okay. Want to go one from the kneeling here. Go double action on the first round. Right over top of the road, over to the other side. Hit. Into the road. Guys, this SIG P220 Legion and 10mm comes with some of the best G10 grips that are out there. They have great traction. They are super high quality with the wonderful Legion medallion right there. It is displayed in pride right there. The grips are fantastic, very well cut out and everything. Super high quality. Anyway, I love the grips on all of these Legion pistols, and this one is no exception. This pistol has cocking serrations on the front, this much of it, and then of course on the back. So I don't even know if I can cock it from the front with these small serrations. Let's try. Okay. Yeah, a lot easier here. We already talked about how difficult it is to rack the action because of the strong spring system that's in this pistol, and I just want you to be aware of that. Not that it can't be done, because it definitely can be, but we want to talk about everything that regards the pistol and give you a very thorough review on the handgun.
All right, the P220 Legion 10mm with some Sig Sauer V-Crown jacketed hollow points, 10mm. Show you the specs right now on the screen, what this is, but let's shoot this thing. Some high quality carry ammunition. This thing is so enjoyable to shoot. Some more V-Crown.
This SIG pistol, just like all Legions, does have some super low profile controls here for your decocker and also your slide catch, slide release right here.
Which is a benefit, especially for you righties out there.
So I know I had trouble with the 45 ACP Legion to release the slide. Let's see how this goes. One time. Okay. Good enough.
And my 45 ACP, in case you guys were wondering, it did break in and it releases no problem now. So it was just break in.
And what I love about them, guys, is I can use my regular thumbs forward hold right here and I never activate them accidentally, which is a problem on the full-size controls on SIG P-Series pistols for me. Not so with the Legions.
Alright, real quick, I'm going to step in here. I don't believe earlier I mentioned this, but this pistol does have a 5-inch barrel to it, so it is a half-inch longer compared to your standard SIG P220 or your P226s and stuff like that. Those are, I think, at like 4.4. But anyway, so you got a 5-inch barrel here, real nice for that velocity of the 10mm round. And again, having that extra barrel length does help reduce some of that muzzle flip from this pistol. You have very nice high quality sights on this pistol. They are the SIG X-ray sights. In the rear you have 2 tritium dots, some serrations on there to reduce glare. And in the front you have the green outlined front sight with the tritium insert in the middle. Beautiful, beautiful sight picture here to get a nice look at that front sight post. As I mentioned a minute ago, this pistol does have a 5-inch barrel on it, but what I forgot to mention is the fact that this pistol does have a fully supported 10mm chamber to it, which is very important to mention.
Yeah, guys, this is a fully supported chamber on this 10mm. Again, I was talking about earlier how SIG made this pistol as strong as they possibly could, and that is another attribute to that strength of this pistol. It is made to shoot this 10mm round. Let's talk about that 10mm round for a minute. We had just tested extensively a 10mm handgun from Dan Wesson. Young Beretta, it was called the what?
Kodiak.
So the 10 millimeter 6-inch Kodiak, which had choke after choke after choke, and we kept shooting it and shooting it. It did start to seem like it was starting to correct itself a little bit. It started having malfunctions about every second or third magazine, but this thing was absolutely perfect.
And keep in mind with the Kodiak, that was with 3 different shooters that it was having problems.
Anyway, I think it really speaks volumes to the reliability of this handgun. I was kind of expecting it to have some problems, some feeding issues, some extraction issues maybe, and working through that kind of problem. And it had 0 issues and 0 problems. Does that mean all of them are going to have absolutely 0 issues? Well, no. This is an example of one, but we're always honest in our reviews, and this thing was fantastic, guys. As far as a 10 millimeter handgun, I was surprised how fantastic it really was.
And last mag here, some more of those high quality Sig Sauer Elite Performance ammunition, full metal jacket 10 millimeter rounds. Not one single hiccup here. 100% reliable, which is beautiful to see in a very high quality 10 millimeter handgun.
I'm just thrilled with it, you guys. Fantastic performer today. I totally enjoyed shooting it. I did find it easier to shoot than even the regular 220 in 45 ACP, the Legion review that we did not too long ago. This 10 millimeter came to me more easily, and I think maybe part of that is because of the experience with the 220 and 45 ACP. So anyway, back to the tabletop now. Thanks for watching. With all of that in mind, it does come at a cost. So a super strong SIG P series pistol like this has an MSRP of $1,943. And young Beretta did do some looking around, and he said he was able to find them in the $1,600 range. When you look at it, let's say you pay $1,650 or $1,700 for that, that kind of sounds like a lot, but the Kodiak was how much?
$2,300 MSRP.
Substantially more money for the Dan Wesson Kodiak. And I know there's a couple cheaper versions out there of 10 millimeters. I know that Dan Wesson has a Razorback. I think Ruger has a 10 millimeter out that's probably much less expensive. But again, I think you get what you pay for. This thing is built to the 10s. I hope you guys enjoyed this review video. If you're interested in this SIG P220 Legion in 10 millimeter, or anything else, make sure you go to SIG's website and check out their products there. As always, everyone, thanks for watching the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, Beretta 9mm USA, for more guns and gear videos coming up in the future. And remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.